Pera nyo ba yan? Si Senator Amy. Kayo ma'am. Yusek, pera nyo ba yan? Secretary. Yusek, pera nyo yan? Nasunugan na nga. Back to zero. In the August yung list. Because of politics. Bakit bawal akong pumunta? Bakit yung ibang politiko hindi bawal pumunta? Ay, tanong ko lang, bakit bawal ako pumunta? Bakit si Senator Amy pwedeng pumunta? Pakisagot, you're under oath. Hindi niya masagot, Madam Chair. Pangatlong tanong ko, pera niyo ba yan? Pera ng tao. Yan, ma'am. Hindi niyo po pera yan. Just be fair with us. Pinaglaban namin ang budget ninyo panahon pa ni dating Pangulong Duterte. Alam nyo, during the time of President Duterte, walang pinipili. Ang nagdala nun, si Secretary Rolly Bautista, isang dating sundalo. Walang pinipili po yon. Hindi naman kailangan banggitin ang pangalan namin. Pero wag nyo naman sanang ipagbawal na banggitin. Wag nyo naman sanang ipagkait na kung meron po akong gustong dalahin sa natulong sa kanila. Akin naman yun, ma'am. Personal ko naman yun. Personal ko po yung grocery pack, personal ko po yung Jollibee kung gusto kong pakainin, gusto kong pasayahin ang mga kababayan natin sa panahon ng kanilang kalungkutan, mapasaya ko man lang sa kanila. Bakit nyo naman pong ipagkait sa kanila yan? Hindi nyo naman po pera yan, ma'am. Besides, sarili ko po ito, ma'am. Kung pupunta man po ako doon, akin po yun. Huwag nyo naman sanang ipagbawal. Ngayon, nandito ang inyong secretary.
Actually, it is the number of cases that's served by the social worker.
Number of cases.
Ang SAISCO social service is still part of the services being provided under the AIX program.
Yes, I understand.
Opo.
Pero I just don't understand what was the deliverable.
Yes po, ma'am. Actually, example, ma'am, if
Okay.
we provide food assistance during the conduct of the interview and we saw other intervention that needs to be provided, when we do that, the psychosocial
Sure.
part of the activity. Opo. Like example, we refer them to other agencies for other intervention, or if there's
But
a need
this is
for
a very
shelter.
large amount for referrals. It's 28.8%. It's almost as big as food assistance. Ang laki niya eh. Halos 30% nasa psychosocial. Kung referral lang, dapat wala lang yun, di ba?
Sorry po, Madam Chair, but I think we are referring to the number of beneficiaries because the psychosocial doesn't have any monetary value po yan.
Kaya nga.
Opo.
So, bakit sinasabi rito sa accomplishment report, 28.8% of your accomplishment is from the psychosocial?
Yes po.
You
Ulit,
just
ma'am.
said
Oo.
it's not quantifiable, but you quantified it. How did you quantify
Physical
it?
target po natin siya, Madam Chair.
No,
Oo.
it's not a target. Kasi you reported it last
Physical
year as your
accomplishment po, Madam Chair.
accomplishment.
Physical accomplishment po natin siya.
So, paano yan nabilang?
Opo. Kasi
Would you like to
ma'am.
answer?
Sorry, ma'am.
Yeah.
Actually po, ang
Okay
psychosocial
lang. I mean, it
again...
doesn't matter as long as I get the
Opo.
answer.
Yes, okay. Ang psychosocial services po natin is the transaction-based na ginagawa po natin sa mga clients po talaga po natin. So, on top of the financial assistance na binibigay po natin sa
I
kanila.
understand, but how did you, paano ninyo binilang yung 28.8%?
Per transaction po ito. Per client serve po ito.
Per number of clients served?
Opo. But not all naman po kasi
Sure
nabibigyan
ka?
agad
Kasi
natin.
ang laki nito, and then nagtataka lang ako, bakit halos katumbas ng food yung psychosocial? Samantalang yung psychosocial, wala namang halaga yan. Bakit naging pareho ng food? Kasi pag may disaster, wala naman time. Alam naman natin ang sitwasyon pag disaster. Ang DSWD, di ba, lulusong kayo sa bagyo, walang tulog, walang liguan, walang uwian, 3-4 na gabihan. Tapos, wala naman kayong time na mag-psychosocial services. Kaya ako nagtataka rito, ba't kaya laki-laki?
Actually, ma'am, it can be a duplicated headcount po.
Sorry?
Duplicated headcount po kasi siya. It's a transaction-based counting po natin siya. So, one client
So
who
when does it
visited...
occur? What do you mean? One client, you'll count 10 times?
It may,
What do you
ma'am.
mean? He comes for counseling 10 times?
Ulit po, ma'am. Di ba, ma'am, ang client po natin, ma'am, sa AX, they can visit the office 4 times in a year.
Yeah, of course.
So there's a possibility of one client
Eh, yung iba mas
oo,
makulit pa. Oh.
can receive a matter of 4 counseling session for the particular year. So that's why po, mayroon po kaming service count of 4 counseling session po for the client. So if that would be corresponding po doon, hindi naman po, ma'am, automatically na forget may food assistance, sila po nabibigyan natin. Kasi aside from the food assistance example, we have cases of medical assistance.
Yes,
No-
I know you have medical assistance at 17.98,
Yes po.
cash relief at 15.10,
Opo.
which to me sound like they're overlapping. Kaya nga, you need to disaggregate the numbers for me.
Sige po,
Because hindi ko talaga naintindihan yung psychosocial. At quite frankly, I've never seen it.
Noted po, ma'am. We will just provide you po, ma'am, the ano
No,
po
but I
dito.
don't understand. What do you do? I don't see the DSWD hanging around months after the... Hindi kasi, veterano kami ng Yolanda. Tinamaan kami sa Tacloban. Kasama ako doon. Yung DSWD, hindi naman nagbabad. Matapos yung ilang buwan, nawala na sila. So nagtataka ako kasi sinasabi mo, sinundan na lamang. Can you explain? Yes, we recognize the majority leader who's here. Thank you. Yes. So, paano nangyayari yung AX na ganun? Yeah. Ano talaga yung psychosocial? When does it occur? Sabi mo, during the bagyo. Sa kaguluhan ng bagyo, wala namang umuupo doon at magpapa-counsel.
Sige, ma'am. Okay po. To clear ulit, Madam Chair. Ang ating pong psychosocial service, we can do it on the on-site services natin. Ang
But isn't that your job? Hindi siya AX. It's not special. It's what DSWD does.
it's part of our, ano po, ma'am,
It's part of
the guidelines po sa atin
No,
po under
it's-
AX.
Sorry, but it's your mandate. It's not special. Hindi siya hiwalay sa ginagawang pang-araw-araw, di ba? Di ba? Ewan ko, hindi ko maintindihan lang. Nag-overlap po kasi at yung cash relief, yung food assistance cash, tapos may cash relief. Anong pinagkaiba nun? Yung cash relief for other expenses.
Ang
Yung
cash-
medical relief, medical lang. So, ano yung balik na naman tayo sa psychosocial. Di naman kayo binabayaran, di ba? Kasi talagang trabaho na ng DSWD na mag-counseling.
Apo.
Oh, so, paano nabilang yon? Nalilito lang ako kasi kasasabi mo lang non-quantifiable.
Apo.
Not only is it one non-quantifiable, it's part of the regular run-of-the-mill work of a social worker, as I understand it. So, can you explain?
Sorry po, Madam Chair. Ang cash relief po, ang definition po natin dyan is we provide
Yun nga,
services.
other expenses,
Ayan, other
self-explanatory.
expenses.
I'm
Opo.
still back to the psychosocial.
Social.
Hindi ko magets eh.
Oo. Sa amin po
Kasi
kasi...
bahagi naman yan ng mandato ninyo. Bakit nakabukod siya? At hindi naman siya binabayaran. At hindi talaga siya AX. Wala, nagtataka lang ako. Kasi halos katumbas ng pagkain.
Opo.
Bakit?
Sa MC, sa amin po kasing internal guidelines po, Madam Chair, tatlo po kasi ang assistant na nakakover under AX program po natin. We do have the financial services, which is ito po yung mga medical food assistance. And then we also have the non-food items or the material assistance na binibigay natin.
Yun na nga, lahat yan assistance.
Opo. And-
Lahat yan cash, di ba?
Opo.
Cash yung food, cash yung educational, medical, cash pa rin yung cash assistance.
Yes po.
Psychosocial, hindi naman kayo binabayaran. Bakit bahagi pa rin ng kwenta?
Kasi po, part po siya ng supposed to be services na ino-offer ng under
So,
AX
saan
guidelines po
pupunta yung
natin.
pera?
Wala po talaga siyang kaakibat, ma'am, na cash.
Wala
Yung mga
siyang pera?
Yes po, ma'am.
Rine-report lang ninyo
Yes
as
po.
part of your accomplishment.
Yes
but
po, ma'am.
walang output. Ay, walang pera. May output pero walang pera. Sige, can you do this na lang? Bigyan mo ako ng halimbawa or something or some detalye nitong kuan. Yung food assistance, may I ask na lang for a breakdown kahit per bagyo or per timeline or per lugar. And yung psychosocial, I'd really appreciate some more detail if you would. I think the majority leader having arrived actually has a bill. Dalawang bill to eh. Ito, yung sa kay Senator Joel, Ito ay yung Bangon Pamilyang Pilipino Assistance Program Act ni Senator Villanueva na fallout ng pandemic. At kaakibat nito yung emergency food subsidy to every poor Filipino affected by quarantine protocols filed by Senator Legarda. Ngayon, maybe you'd like something to say about it. The reason being that the response of the DSWD was, in both cases, both of the bills were already incorporated, actually. Part and parcel na siya ng Memo Circular 16 of 2023. Actually, parang naunahan na siya ng revised guidelines of AIX. So, what's the comment?
Una, Madam Chair, thank you for hearing and calling for this hearing. Alam kong sawang-sawa ka na sa akin dahil the entire break, ako yung laging kasama mo, tayo na naman. But let me put on the record that as the chairperson made mention, this was part of our initiative during the pandemic. If you recall, we were also successful in pushing for the doubling of our social pension for our indigent and poor senior citizens, which I again would like to commend our chairperson for helping us pass that particular measure. And we just wanted to make sure that because it's telling, very telling. The Philippine Statistics Authority made mention that there are 25.24 million Filipinos still living in poverty as of the first half of 2023. Ito po ngayon yung pinaguhugutan natin at kasi ang ibig sabihin to, nangangahulugan na isa sa bawat 5 Pilipino ay mahirap. And so we are one with the President in achieving bawat 5, 1 out of 5. Apat. Yeah. 1 out of 5. Yeah. So again, we are one with the President in achieving that goal of reducing the rate of poverty incidence to 6.6 to 8% by 2028 and eradicating poverty by 2024. I know it's a long shot, but we have to do everything we can to do it. That's the reason why Senator Amy and this representation are still working despite the fact that we are on break. One of the primary poverty reduction initiatives of the government is, of course, 4Ps. Napag-alaman na okay ito and found out by the PIDS that 4Ps program positively impacts household welfare, significantly increases household per capita income, lessens the number of pantawid households experiencing hunger, etc. And still, we continue to face various challenges while we are working on our post-pandemic recovery. We still feel its effects, including pandemic-induced supply chain problems that push the consumer prices and rendered products harder to find, leading to an increase in inflation. Again, isa pong hinaharap na suliranan din ng ating mga kababayan, itong mataas na inflation rate na dagdag pasakit dahil sa pagtaas ng presyo ng importanteng bilihin, kasama po dito yung pagkain. Food inflation shared 49.6% or 1.7 percentage points to the overall inflation as reported this February 2024. Sa okasyon naman ng sakuna, mas lalo pa tumataas yung presyo ng lahat ng bilihin, hindi lang po sa pagkain. And so in order to prepare better our national disasters and emergencies, I thought that it's also worth considering again itong ating panukala. And I would submit to the wisdom of our experts and our friends from DSWD. I just hope na matignan din po natin itong panukalang batas na ito. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Yes, maraming salamat. At eto nga, binabanggit ng DSWD na yung bago nilang guidelines, yung Memo Circular 16, sakop na raw ito. So ako naman, naniniwala naman ako doon. Subalit, sa pagkaintindi ko, wala pa rin yung sinasabing hotline, website, and mobile app. yung nagpapasaklolo sa DSWD at nangangailangan ng tulong. Andito sa bill ni Senator Villanueva, palagay ko good idea yon at hindi naman masyadong mahal o mahirap gawin. Pwede bang idagdag yon? Kasi wala naman siya sa MC16. Kayo, what do you think?
Your Honor, that's a good idea, and we will include that also in our guidelines. I don't think it's necessary for the process of the law to...
Oo, kahit wala ng batas sa,
Yes,
sa circular, isingit na natin. Kasi the MC16 is a work in progress naman. Alam naman natin ang AX, we have to, it's probably the single most adaptable and unfortunately corruptible portion. But ito lang yung makakaresponde. So, paano makaka-responde to pag wala siyang hotline, website, mobile app? I-roll out na rin natin to kasama. Total MCs, memo circular lang naman ng department. Pwede ba isama yan? Total work in progress. Gawa naman tayo ng gawa ng bago.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. No, and I didn't notice Yusek Alia is also
Yeah.
a good friend of mine. I'm sure there'll be no problems in.
Madali lang yan kasing gawin eh.
Kasi we experienced that, Madam Chair, during the bagyo in Bulacan, and you were there. And
Kaya nga.
isa yan sa mga ninanais ng ating mga kababayan. Salamat, Madam Chair.
Yeah,
Thank
to
you.
be more responsive, I think that's easy enough, no? Assuming na umaandar pa, at least, kahit paano may hotline yung DSWD. Maganda rin yun sa psychosocial counseling na sinasabi kanina. Do you operate other hotlines, suicide and other hotlines?
We do have, Madam
alam
Chair,
ko
what we
meron
call the
dati.
We Support is a wireless psychosocial intervention support po na ginagawa po natin ngayon.
Pero ang problema, parang walang nakakaalam.
That's why po we keep on
Parang ang issue dyan, hindi nalalaman ng lahat. Dapat ikalat yun,
I'm
ano?
not sure because it's part of my the bill that I passed a couple of years ago, yung sa mental health awareness, and I think I'm not sure. I think it's DOH who is in charge of the 24/7 hotline program.
DOH?
Is that-
Oo,
is that
parang may
correct?
ganun, di ba?
I think
Mental
it's
health.
part of
Sakop
it,
ba
eh.
ninyo?
Oo.
Meron ba kayong hotline yan? Lumalaganap ang teenage suicide. I think it's important that we look at that. Post-COVID, it's become a burning issue. Yes po.
Yes po, we have a 24 hours, 7 days a week from the National Center for Mental Health Crisis Hotline,
Oh, yeah.
Madam Chair.
Ang problema dito sa mga hotline ng gobyerno, hindi alam ng tao eh. That's, I think we need to make an effort to publicize. Mag-TikTok na lahat ng public officials. Ganon. para
I-offer ko
malaman.
yung pinaka-influential TikToker namin sa Senate.
Ayun.
For the 24/7
So siguro
hotline.
kung pwede ipaabot na lang kay Secretary Gatchalian, isama na yon kasi talaga hinahanap ng tao. At kung paano papaalam sa taong bayan itong mga numbers na to. May mention rin dito ng OFW. Alam natin na yung OFW sa palaisipan natin, sakop yan ng bagong department. Pero ang totoo, pag na-repatriate yan, yung pamilya at mismo yung OFW ay namomroblema, di ba? So, is there any kind of MOU or MOA between the Migrant Workers Department and the DSWD to address this problem? Meron ba kayong OFW outreach of some sort? Kasi ang dami pang naiiwan dito sa Pilipinas, hindi nakaalis, di na ibalik sa trabaho? Or is there some kind of informal arrangement if there's no MOA? We
Madam-
want to make sure of that eh. Kasi dapat tripartite yan, di ba? Ang pinag-usapan ng tripartite, DOLE, migrant workers, tsaka DSWD, magkakaisa. It's also in the bill of Senator Villanueva kasi. Meron na bang ganun? Please answer
If
kung
I
sino
may,
may alam.
Your Honor,
Oo.
yes. We used to have a desk for migrant workers and OFWs, but it was already devolved to the
That is
DMW.
part of the social welfare attaché.
Yes, the
Kaya
social
That is
welfare.
based in abroad.
Pero
Yes,
that's overseas.
but that's-
Ang sinasabi dito
That's
sa
okay.
bill ni Senator Villanueva, yung mga tinanggal sa trabaho na repatriate, kasi nga COVID-based to eh.
Yes,
Post-COVID scenario to eh.
Yes, but what we do, and we can give you a list of accomplishments
No,
that
we
we've
don't
done honest.
We don't need the ones abroad. Yung nandito.
Yes, the ones who come back. Yes, yes po, Your Honor.
Kaya nga,
We
but
do.
are you liaising with the DMW and the DOLE?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes we do it
Kasi
proactively.
nagre-reklamo sila na hindi daw sila pinapansin at nachuchubibo daw sila.
Yes po.
Kasi DSWD sasabihin, chubibo kasi ang tawag. Chubibo ang type. Sa amin, chubibo ang tawag. Sa
Inquiry, Your Honor. I don't know what Chibibo is.
Chubibo means na pinapadala daw tinuturo daw ng DSWD, pinaiikot, sinuchubibot, DSWD, DOLE, at DMW. Alam mo naman, very graphic yung Ilocano. Ano ka ba?
But
That's not part of the
Tagalog language.
dictionary in Bulacan.
But
I
for-
think Francisco Balagtas is not aware of it.
for the information of the honorable chairperson, they do refer to DSWD anyone who needs help, but we also proactively go to them, even going to the airport,
Hindi, but
even if it's
I've
news.
had incidences na pinadala daw sila sa migrant worker kasi migrant worker sila. Tapos sabi naman ng migrant worker, hindi na sila migrant worker kasi nasa Pilipinas na. So babagsak na naman sa DOLE. Yun ang chubibo. With feeling, uy, secretary, you're here. Ayun. Kala ko hindi ka makahabot. Yun tinatanong namin. Yeah, we're talking about the bill, actually, of Senator Villanueva as well as Senator Legarda, both having to do with the post-pandemic scenario. Many of the issues have already been answered by your Memo Circular 16 of 2023. Kaya lang, we are finding that there are a couple of issues that aren't completely addressed. One being the hotline website app, whatever, na pwede siguro dahil alam naman natin na meron kayong hotline kaya lang walang may alam. Kailangan dapat ikalat pa. Ikalawa, ito ngang issue ng OFW and the translation of Chubibo. Ako, ayan. Ikaw talaga. Aliyah, you're the one answering.
I'm sure Secretary.
Hindi, kasi, hindi. Yeah. Laki ng problema ko. Ikaw talaga, para naman. Hindi, yung mga, pag kinausap mo yung OFW, yun ang talaga sinasabi sa iyo eh. Ikaw talaga. Yun, kasi nga, pag na-repatriate, di ba, nung pandemic, daming na-repatriate, na wala ng trabaho sa abroad, napunta dito. Dito sila pwedeng tumawag sa DSWD, kasi pag tumawag sila, sasabihin, migrant worker naman kayo. Punta kayo sa DMW. Sasabihin ng DMW, wala na kayo sa abroad. DOLE na kayo. Sasabihin ng DOLE, malay namin dyan. Wala naman kaming programa ganyan. So, ang ending, paikot-ikot nga. Yun ang title ng Chubibo. Ano ka?
Yes, Your Honor, we are actually already doing that informally, but if there needs to be an MOU, then we'll get that
I
done.
was wondering if there should be an MOU or something, MOA, whatever, to expedite and also to publicize to those who are stuck here. Still, meron pa kung anong gagawin nila to access some help from DSWD or elsewhere.
Madam Chair, Sen Joel,
Yes,
first of all,
we
sorry for
recognize.
being late. The plane just landed
No.
from Occidental Mindoro, so I had to rush.
That's serious jet lag, Secretary Rex. Maraming islang tatawirin.
Forgive the tardiness, but I had to accompany the President in his rounds for El Nino. First of all, we appreciate the notion. In fact, yung Chubibo na yon, actually, I have encountered that personally. Etong sa Gaza na mga repatriaries, when they came back, yes, DMW went in, did the first touch base, but the resources aren't enough. So what happened was they would refer it back to DSWD. We did bridge it, pero like Yusek Aliam said, it's a bit informal. So we'll take the initiative to work with them and make sure that the MC is also reflective of the situation para
Thank you.
sustaining ho eh. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I think pakuanti na ng pakuanti. At saka alam mo naman yung mga OFW natin, makilala man lang. Kahit wala kang pera, makilala man lang. At least nakalista sila at kinilala na meron silang problema. Diba? At least ganon. So maraming salamat for that. I think Senator Legarda has concerns about emergency food subsidies. I wanted to inquire about the burning issue of the 1.3 billion. Wala na ito sa mga bill. Merong 1.3 billion ang DSWD for El Nino. given that Senator Legarda refers to emergency food, may we know what the mechanics of the said amount
Yeah. Madam Chair, we're referring to the CCCAM fund, which is the Climate Change and Mitigation
Anong pangalan?
Fund. CCCAM, CCAM
Parang
fund.
sama, scam.
Ma'am, naman ako na ho yan. CCCAM. DRP CCCAM. The line item is DRP CCCAM.
CCCAM.
So disaster...
Scam pa rin. Walang S, pero yung
Ano yung
CC.
Yeah, it's yung first niya is DRP, Disaster Resiliency Program dash Climate Change Adaptation and Mitigation Program.
Teka muna.
Mahaba yung pangalan niya ho sa libro
Sa
natin.
pangalan pa lang, wala nang benta yan. Kumbaga,
Yeah.
pelikula yan.
Ma'am, actually,
Disaster, resiliency, climate change. Teka muna, luma na to?
matagal na po yan, ma'am.
Old project na.
It's an old program. It's a
So, are you saying walang karagdagang pondo para sa El Nino?
Ma'am, actually it's been there kasi they've been trying to address climate change and preparing for it
Okay.
mula noon pa.
Alright.
It's a convergence fund between the Climate Change Commission that identifies the top areas that are prone to yung effects of climate change. Normally mga river basins.
Right.
Tapos it's a cash for work yung guidelines niya revolves around a cash for work program. So basically the Climate Change
How
Commission
is it access? Yun ang interest ng tao. Kasi kagagaling ko sa Central Luzon, yan. Yung Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, lahat yan. Talagang naghihikaw sa El Nino.
Yeah.
At nagpapasaklolo.
Yes, ma'am. The list,
I came from Plaridel. Don't
ma'am,
say.
the list of LGUs are identified by the Climate Change Commission. And then we tell the LGUs to submit their proposals revolving
So,
around...
wala sa listahan.
Hindi ho siya nakaka-access, ma'am. They're normally along river basins. Yung pagka... Yes. So, ang nangyari...
Ang labo nun. Tagtuyot nga eh. Bakit river
Ma'am, kasi
basin?
pag-
Parang baliktad.
Kasi they're prone to flooding, ma'am.
Wala ngang ulan eh.
Climate change kasi, di ba, ma'am, is
Alam
both...
ko, pero kasi ang press release para sa El Nino. El Nino, ang problema, wala ngang tubig. Bakit ibe-base sa riverbanks?
Ma'am, actually, it's a anti-climate change mitigation
So,
fund.
mali ang pagka-report na El Nino. Talagang climate
change.
Ang problema, if you're only addressing riverside LGUs, paano yung ngayon, yung tagtuyot, that there are forest fires exploding from Benguet? The whole of northern Luzon's on fire.
Actually, ma'am, hindi lang nasa river basin na climate change prone areas. Nagkataon lang,
na.
may mga river basin rin na LGUs. Pero
But
meron
what
ding...
happens sa mga tuktok ng bundok at isla na wala naman river, pero nagkakaroon ng sunog na labis-labis?
Ma'am,
Hindi kami kasali sa listahan. Hindi kami river-based eh.
Madam, again, it's not all river-based LGUs. Predominantly river basin LGUs.
Yes, but maybe what we need to do is to ask you, since you're part of this, to reconsider the listing. Simply because El Nino is clearly an issue of lack of water, when in fact your list is based on an excess of water and flooding prone. So, kung pwede, i-consider yung El Nino, yung tagtuyot, ibang level. Grass fire, bush fire, forest fire, ibang nangyayari eh.
Yes, ma'am. Well, take that into consideration. We'll sit down with the Climate Change Commission.
Sige, which
And work on it.
Senator Lauren actually authored, so yung pera pala galing sa kanya, so tamang-tama, siya na rin magbayad. So,
Ma'am, yung going back to the mechanics nitong 1.3,
Oo.
their cash for work. So ang ginagawa nila before we came in, noon pa, cash for work, cleaning things. But now what we did was working with the World Food Program.
Okay.
Yung cash for work nila, they were creating small river basins. Water impounding, nung nag-uulan pa, they were creating water impounding facilities na maliliit. Community-based water impounding facilities. Actually, sa Bulacan, Sen, meron tayo. It was launched sa DRT. Doon siya ni-launch. So, nung time na nag-uulan...
wala naman river doon.
Hindi, nung nag-uulan, ma'am, sa baba, nag-iipon na ho siya.
Yeah, sa baba.
Yes, then they were planting rin along the impounding
The
area.
reality is, I think DA is here, DAR is here. They have so many deteriorated, debilitated SWIP, SFR, small irrigation. Ang dami, kaya lang hindi
Ma'am,
minemaintain.
true. That's why this fund is also convergence fund with the DA. We were working with the Climate Change
Yeah.
Commission and the Department of Agri.
Oo.
So we're working with them also. Kasama namin sila dito.
DA,
the Bureau of
DENR?
Soil, yes.
Yeah.
Bureau of Soil ho mismo would do the location, yung work
No, but
program.
It's a very curious thing. DA has BSWM, but DENR handles riverine management, as you know. So, but flood controls actually with DPWH. The SWIP you're referring to are all under DA, similarly with NIA. So you're actually talking about 4 departments. Public Works has the biggest money for that, and yet we haven't spoken about them. Sa Riverbank, sila yung may flood prone and flood, di ba lahat ng flood control kanila?
Ma'am, Madam Chair, what we'll do is we'll, number one, talk to the Climate Change Commission on recalibrating the list of LGUs that they identify.
Sige, oo, at saka siguro konting reconsideration lang kasi ang El Nino talaga walang kinalaman sa Riverbank.
Yes.
Perhaps, Madam Chair, yung breakdown as
Oo
to
nga eh.
what kind of programs are they actually...
Yes. Actually, Senator, there are only 3. We recalibrated it para they're not all over the place.
Sige.
Water security, food security, and then meron lang silang small portion for capacity building, training them to understand what climate change is.
Cool.
Tatlo lang yon.
Thank you. So, with that, we have now dealt...
Madam Chair, we'll submit to you the work
Sige.
program for this at the request of Senator Villanueva so that
Hindi,
you'll
kasi-
get the guidelines.
Kasi pinipitch to as the El Nino Fund. Samantalang, river-based. Naku, El Nino
And
nga,
it's a
walang
climate
tubig
change
eh.
fund.
Kaya
And then
nga.
we will also submit to you the listing of where they were
And maybe
operating.
also some reconsideration
Yes.
for El Nino.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
a totally different phenomenon. With that, the chair recognizes the arrival of Senator Bongo. We have therefore dealt with Senator Villanueva, Senate Bill 574, Senate Bill 500 of Senator Legarda, and we now go back to the AIX discussion, and I think with that, I wanted to inquire from the DSWD. You sent me a position paper for which I'm grateful. But if you will, I have a few questions. Kanina, nagtatanong ko kay Director Morata, yung tungkol sa gastos ng psychosocial assistance. Kasi hindi ko siya maintindihan bakit may cost. Samantalang, sabi niya, hindi pala may cost, nalista lang sa accomplishment report. Bigyan na lang kami ng detalye, pati yung food assistance, kasi ito yung dalawang malalaki. Ikalawa, dun sa version ni Senator Angara, may section 14 na sinasabi, mandatory for public or private entities to accept guarantee letters, coupons, checks. If there's a penalty for a private entity refusing to accept a guarantee letter from DSWD for partial payment or full payment of the qualified beneficiary, should it be included, yung mga penalties?
Madam
How
Chair,
does that
actually,
operate? Kasi nandyan yan sa bill ni Senator
we
Angara.
we actually welcome that provision in the
Kaya lang, how is that operable?
Madam Chair, we will go through it. I would assume that it will be referred to the technical working group.
Yes, that's correct.
We'll see to it that we put in the finer details there. We're still studying how it can be operationalized, but it's a welcome amendment
Yes.
or a welcome provision.
I think we probably can get help from the DOH. Sila ang gumagawa ng guarantee letter eh. So, baka magtulungan na lang tayo tungkol dyan. Kasi yung DOH, sana magkamukha para madali lang at maintindihan ng tao ng itsura. Para pare-pareho yung guarantee ng DOH PhilHealth saka yung guarantee ng DSWD. Kung maaari, as simple and as similar as possible so that people know what to do with it.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Including the private entities kasi madalas hindi kinikilala, di ba?
Yes, Madam Chair.
And then also, should we add a penalty? Di ko alam
Madam Chair,
eh.
that's something that we really welcome because may
Senator Angara has a whole slew of penalties for the
it's
AIX
a
abuses.
welcomed section for us, actually, Madam Chair. We
All right.
welcome it, and we, in fact, we pointed that at something that we think should be there.
Okay. I think I have a question, and this is not only for the AIX, it's a question for all of us in government, and that is, are we using a tool, a framework, a model in order to monitor and evaluate? Alam naman natin, mahina ang gobyerno sa evaluation. Wala tayong external audit. Kung sino yung nag-propose ng programa, siya rin maghahanap ng budget, siya pa rin ang mag-i-implement, siya rin ang mag-i-evaluate. So, sa totoo lang, tuloy-tuloy yung mga programa na in effect, palpak na. Actually, wala na siyang kabuhay-buhay, pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Kasi yung nag-propose, siya pa rin nag-evaluate. Are we using a tool or a model to determine the effectiveness of AIX? Kasi, ang problema natin, AIX has become controversial because it's a work in progress. Di ba nag-umpisa yan na gusto natin i-ban kasi labo-labo. Lumaki ng lumaki sa burial assistance, medical assistance, tinamaan tayo ng COVID, yung mga impacted by COVID, sakop na rin, nawalan ng trabaho like the bill of Senator Villanueva, and in many cases, the medical assistance from Senator Go, lahat sinakop na yan. So, we are well aware that this is a work in progress and AIX seeks to be as flexible as possible to address all the emergencies that we are encountering. Having said that, is there a way for us to measure if we are actually impacting positively, if it's sulit, ika nga, dahil ang laki ng ginagastos, saan ba napupunta, nakakatulong ba talaga, at umaahon ba sa hirap ang mga nakatatanggap?
Madam Chair, I'll let one of our senior social workers, who's Undersecretary Cabrera, answer that. She was part of the team that came up with the framework for this.
Di ba nag-a-assess tayo ng 4-piece noon, Yusek Vilma, di ba? Nag-a-assess tayo ng 4-piece. Medyo mahirap nga. Tapos, paano ba i-assess itong AIX? Yun ang question.
Madam Chair, in the case of 4-piece kasi, we have that tool, yung SWIDI. And because yung client natin may fixed database siya,
O kaya nga may listahan
may
na
case
forever and
management
ever
siya,
yun na siya.
may fixed case management siya eh. Up
Eh kaya nga
until exit.
nagkakabukuhan din.
Until magka-exit. Or
Oo,
you're
kasi
kicked out of the program.
Di
or-
pa nag-exit 2007 pa.
Yes,
Yun.
but we're now exiting more. Now,
Yeah.
in this case kasi sa AIX, there are recurring clients, but hindi lahat recurring. Some of them will come back 1 time, 2 time. Si Yusek Cabrera,
Yusek Cabrera, is there a way to measure this? Because it's so fluid, and I understand completely. We've been living in a very volatile environment for a couple of years, more than for the last, 4 years na medyo in flux talaga at puro emergency. I understand that it's difficult to monitor at even more difficult to evaluate. Is there a way to do this?
Ma'am, thank you very much. That's a real problem. Your Honor, in the DSWD, we encounter that, and to put a stop to the, pagdududa ng mga tao, what we did, we have now we centralized the Program Management Evaluation Division of DSWD.
Who's the head of that para we have a face to run to?
Sulit po. Yusek, Undersecretary Adonis Sulit. Wala po. So, his
Centralized, what's it called now? Program?
Program Management Evaluation Division
Okay.
under the Policy and Plans Group of DSWD.
Pero like you said, talaga naman, mahirap itong i-evaluate kasi pa-iba-iba, depende sa crisis.
Madam Chair, with the kind indulgence of Yusek, let me just expound on the centralization of the monitoring and evaluation. When we got into the department, yung bawat program, like you mentioned, ganun rin sa department, sila yung nabibigyan ng pondo, sila yung nagdi-dispense ng pondo, sila rin nag-evaluate ng sarili nila. So what we did was, we took away all the monitoring and evaluation function of all programs, of all clusters, and centralized it to the policy group. So parang third party siya. Hindi sila yung nag-i-implement, but rather, since they're a policy group, they evaluate the program success. Unfortunately, at this point in time, ma'am, the AIX is quite fluid, like you said. Minsan babalik, hindi babalik. But there's one track that we're looking at right now. We're in the process of procuring an automated system for the AIX.
Yan, mas
Pero, while we're doing that, we're now working with DBP and Land Bank. We're in, nagiging problema ho kasi natin lagi is the liquidation. Diba? When you go to an on-site payout, there are three things that you do. One, you validate.
Yeah.
Si Rex Gatchalian ba ay si Rex Gatchalian? Two, may social worker.
Yeah.
Ano ba ang kailangan mo at magkano ang kailangan mo? Three, there's a special disbursing officer. Yung nagpe-paymaster, yung nagbabayad. And for that third function, we are now currently working with Land Bank and DBP about farming it out to them. Now, what will be the beauty of that? Number one, sila na lagi na tayong may disbursing officer kasi kulang kami ng special disbursing officer.
Bakit kapag
Two,
election, ang dali-dali niya, naka-QR code, ganyan lang sila.
yes, ma'am. Two, that's what Land Bank will do for us now.
galing ng mga politiko, yung gobyerno hindi kaya.
No, what Land Bank will do for us now and DBP is, after a while na sila na nagpapatakbo ng payouts, they will be able to give us a list of people na recurring, yung balik ng balik. Then we can probably jumpstart by giving them basic deposit accounts.
Yeah.
And then we can now start case managing these people. Ba't ka ba balik ng balik, in short? Yung
But the
tanong.
LBP and the DBP systems are quite onerous. It can be much, much simpler pa than what they're doing. Di naman kayo bangko eh.
Ma'am, what they're going to do is farm it out some more. Yung USCC, yung Western Union,
Yeah.
their partners, si Lulier. These are third
May awas
party.
yan. Remember our SAP crisis?
Yes, we also took note of that.
May bawas ng 50.
Basically, what we're doing is we're
Patay tayo
automating
yan.
it, but ngayon maunahin namin yung disbursing side so that we can see sino yung recurring na kliyente. Sino ba yung balik ng balik.
No, my suggestion simply is that given the state of technology, ang dali-dali nang gawin. Sa katutak ng QR code, barcode, napakamurang mga technology, kaya na natin yan.
Ma'am, that's what we're procuring right now
Oo.
para the whole system's automated.
Kasi madali lang yan.
And once we get it, we can case manage these people. Ngayon, hindi ko kasi sila na
Wala talaga.
one shot, two shot,
Yes.
ganun lang ho.
Yeah, Madam Chair, with the indulgence of our chairperson and because this representation needs to leave in a while and meron na akong substitute nandito na
Yeah.
si Step Curry ng Senado. Madam Chair, let me point out, no, first, you're correct na ang gobyerno pag hindi pinush, pag hindi magaling ang leader, buti na lang ang DSWD, nandito si Secretary Gatchalian, hindi nila magagawa, hindi magiging proactive dito sa mga mabagal na pagkilos, bulok na sistema, etc. I remember, Madam Chair, when we passed the bill, tulong trabaho law, Madam Chair, after we pass it, we have to even look for the funds, Madam Chair, because yung DBM, yung hindi gagawin yung trabaho nila to look for funds. Tayo kukuha ng funds, tayo din ang mag-implement, tayo din ang magmo-monitor, tayo din mag-audit. And that's what we did, Madam Chair, no? But let me also share, Madam Chair, in 2012, nung nasa TESDA po tayo, ganun din yung nangyari. Laging may mga yung University of Recto diyan sa may Moraita nagbebenta ng national certification. So we came up with the QR codes. That's 2012 pa, Madam Chair. And it helped, and I don't have my wallet right now. I can show you my card ng TESDA certification. Meron ka ng QR code. Isa lang yung gusto kong itanong, Madam Chair. Hindi ko sasabihin yung vote buying. Madam Chair, I'm leaving for Iloilo tomorrow. And I spoke with some of our guys there. And yung reklamo ng regional office po ng Iloilo, sinasabi nila, yung pag-download ng funds, Madam Chair, namumroblema sila. And so I wanted to find out yung how are funds downloaded from DSWD office, central office, to regional offices? And how do we make sure, or how do we ensure that regardless of the payout or assistance program, delays are reduced if not eliminated? Madam Chair, I'm sure it happened to you. Ako ilang beses na rin po and thank God it's not with DSWD. Merong matagal na schedule, pupunta ka sa isang lugar, pagdating dun sa lugar, sasabihin sa'yo na yung napag-usapan natin na programa na ipapatupad mo with all the beneficiaries na nandun, wala, hindi na download ng central office. And that's really something that we need to look into. And that's why I support what you made mention, Madam Chair, na automation, computerization, transparency, madali ma-monitor, para nang sa ganoon, mas madali din yung assessment. I really believe that there's no perfect program, no perfect system, and there's always a way to evaluate it. And once we evaluate it, it shows that we are all in agreement that there's always room for improvement. So I hope that we are looking into this, but I go back to my last question, Madam Chair, before I leave, kasi tomorrow I'll be in Iloilo and Aklan, and I'll be seeing a lot of our kababayans there, including DSWD officials from that area. So, sir?
Downloading, Sen. Sen, I have to also admit that there are cases that we have similar situations. We're in 2 days or 3 days off. We would tell the partner saying na wala kaming cash. Sen, I have to admit that it's an internal problem of ours more than a DBM problem. We came up with a solution wherein we come up with a monthly disbursement plan that is drawn from our partners like LGUs. Tapos we would collate that and submit it to DBM. Ako, I will be very forthright. Sometimes the collating of the monthly disbursement plan ang nalilate, so we submit it belatedly. And I will take full responsibility that recently we've had a spate of that, but we are now addressing it, making sure that we submit that monthly disbursement plan way ahead of time.
Or maybe the regional offices are not actually using their funds na nandun na sa kanila. Is that part of the policy?
Quite the contrary, the regional directors are quite aggressive in the sense that they manage their funds very well, lalo na kasi sinisingil namin sila sa obligation and disbursement nila. Aminado ho kami na sa loob ng financial management office namin may mga inayos kaming kinks recently kasi nalilate kami mag-submit ng monthly disbursement plan namin dahil rate rin namin nakukuha from the partners. So now we've decided na with or without the submissions of the partners, yung mga LG men, we'll just forecast. Whether it's double or triple, we will just have to forecast on our own.
So that's what you were referring to as the essential problem of liquidation. Keeps rearing its ugly head, ano?
Ma'am, again, sabi ko, we're fixing the internal bureaucracy. Sabi ko nga, we won't wait na, ang nangyayari ho kasi ngayon, we wait for everybody to submit the
Siyempre.
requirement. Then, we will collate it, submit it. Nalilate kami doon kasi minsan may isang region, dalawang region di pa nag-submit, mag-aantay kami buo. So the new instruction now is don't wait for it. We just forecast it. We maximum the amount based on historic trends and then we'll just submit it.
I'm happy that you're doing that because in so many cases, like 1 or 2 towns for instance, hindi nakasubmit, nagsasuffer yung buong region, nagsasuffer yung buong probinsya.
Case, Madam Chair, Mr. Senator, it's more of a region ang nagsasuffer kasi ano nangyayari, isang region nag-submit na, yung kabilang region di pa nagsasubmit, nag-aantayan. But now we will just project. We'll maximize the amount based on historic data. And ako, aminado ko, nangyari rin sa amin yan, in fact, recently. So that's why we're fixing it and nandito yung financial management people namin and we've already said na we'll just project.
Okay.
Minus the stakeholders or partners.
Thank you very much, Secretary Gatchalian. And again, Madam Chair, just to point out, it's really important that you have the oversight function of the Senate. And again, I laud the efforts of this committee, of our chairperson, and our dear colleagues. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, and we're happy to hear that Secretary Gatchalian is in the process of setting up a centralized M&E, which is urgently needed. I know how difficult the job is, particularly during the period of COVID, and we all applaud the efforts, no matter how chaotic it was during the distribution of SAP 1, SAP 2, Bayanihan 1, Bayanihan 2, and the AICs even today, inclusive of the AKAP and other controversies, nakakaraos pa rin ang DSWD and still performing your task. But yes, let's keep M&E uppermost. Alam natin laging kulang ang pera. Kaya dapat i-prioritize natin yung pinaka-epektibong mga programa, which are the programs that are really working and need to be funded more adequately, and which are the programs that are not really delivering so well. Hindi naman lahat pantay-pantay eh. Kaya't maganda talaga may evaluation. Okay? At yung numerical would be good. I think I had some questions that had to do with Senator Go. I'm not certain if it's the same. Pero this had to do with the Malasakit Law. And since Senator Go is here, before I ask, ihirit ko lang, yung medical assistance of the AIX program, hindi ba it interacts with RA 11463 or the Malasakit Law? O is the medical component of AIX part of the one-stop shop under the Malasakit? Parang sapaw-sapaw.
Si Director Wentz,
Who is Director? Morata.
Madam Chair po. Actually po, as per JAO po, it is a joint administrative order between the 5 agencies po working for the Malasakit. It's nakistipulate po kasi doon that DSWD will only cover the non-medical assistance. These are the...
But the AIX program has a specific medical assistance
Yes po.
provision. Should we delete it? What is the wise thing
Actually,
to
there's
do?
already an ongoing discussion with DOH. I think that they're
Yeah.
already exploring the possibility of
Kasi
including
right
the medical
now,
assistance.
the way the law is written and as it stands, it's a duplication. May
Madam-
DSWD, may DOH. So, ano ba dapat? Ano yung tama?
Madam Chair, if I may just interject, I think we've updated the office of Senator Go about the amending of the JAO kasi yung kino-cover niya nga yung non-medical. But what's happening now in certain hospitals, we are covering even the medical. For instance, in the case of Pampanga, we struck a deal with the provincial government as well as Misamis Occidental. Wherein they have medical social workers na lang inside the hospital. Pag hindi na masagot dahil nga kulang, they'll just send us to us the statement of account and then we'll send them the guarantee letters namin and then i-charge na lang sa DSWD.
But that's a one-off, di ba? That's only the province of Pampanga.
No, Sen, but
Paano lugar?
mas marami ho kasi, Madam Chair, mas marami ho kasing hospitals na walang malasakit centers
Yeah,
pa.
yun na nga
So
eh.
anong nangyayari? The people will come to our regional office, will come to our satellite offices and ask for financial assistance,
Tama.
whether in the form of cash or guarantee
If
letter.
I may lang,
Yes.
Madam Chair, parang napapansin ko kasi merong mga ibang malasakit centers na hospital na kulang pa. For example, walang PCSO, di ba? And even kayo, ang DSWD, out of 163 malasakit centers, ilan po ang merong
Tatlo na lang po ang wala.
So, sa PCSO, I think about one-third pa po ng mga malasakit centers or more ang wala. Madam Chair, ganito na nangyayari sa kanila. Sa narinig ko lang binibigyan nila ng pamasahe. Kayo po nagbibigay through AIX. No? Kaya lang, yung binibigay na tulong mula sa DOH, PCSO, walang PCSO, PhilHealth naman, merong naka-fix na amount yung pwedeng i-deduct doon. So mostly dependent sila sa DOH. So diyan kayo pwedeng tumulong kung kulang pa yung babayaran. Yun yata yung inaayos ninyo na JAO ngayon na pwedeng pati medical. So it's not duplication really, di ba? It's a help, tulong sa mga mahirap,
Yeah.
no?
Categorically, Sen, Madam Chair, it's not a duplication.
It's malaking
It's
tulong.
bridging. Parang binibridge nila parang pinagsasama-sama, kino-combine.
So ang makikinabang dito mahirap.
Correct.
Tulong sa mga mahirap.
Pero nakasulat ba yan? Just for orderly and tidy administration. May nakasulat ba yan sa memo circular? Kasi sa ngayon, wala pa kami nakikita. As it stands, magkapareho yung provision. Yun lang ang aking worry. Sana mabago natin.
Madam Chair, you mean yung memo circular namin at yung memo circular ng DOH, parehas yung provision?
Kasi yung medical assistance provision ng AIX program, pareho siya dun sa Malasakit Law. So, dapat iklaro lang. For me, dapat iklaro lang na ito, magda-dovetail lang, hindi ipapatong. Parang ganon. Just delineate na pag kinulang, dagdag.
Okay.
Parang ganon.
Okay, understood.
Kasi right now, both will respond. And so it sounds like two.
Okay.
Pero in fact, it's not. So maybe it's much easier to delineate in the memo circular. Perhaps that's
To
another
reinforce, di
area.
ba? Yun
Yes,
yung
to reinforce.
yun yung intention ng JAO nyo. Am I correct?
Madam Chair and Honorable, actually sa Malasakit po, parang may system na sino mo nang magte-take place ng pag-assist ng client. I think if I'm not mistaken, nauuna pong mag-serve ang DOH.
Okay.
They will be deducting the certain bill. Then after that, we have the PCSO and the PhilHealth. Ang DSWD is the last part po.
Correct.
If ever po there's a
Kung may
need pa to
kulang.
augment, that's why po
Kung
we
may kulang.
enter po doon sa pagbibigay ng medical
May-
assistance. Yes po.
Sa
In
lahat.
that case, Madam Chair, we will gladly delineate it in that order of priority.
Sequence, para may order, para at least klarong-klaro sa lahat na walang doble-doble.
What we can do is work on the JAO again to delineate it and also yung medical na pwede rin dapat ang ang DSWD. But what we're doing right now is striking a deal with different LGUs na pwede na rin yung medical through the LGUs na lang.
Correct. Anyway, paki-follow up nyo lang po yung JAW kung nasa na yun.
Senator,
Go
if I
ahead.
may po, from the Malasakit Program Office po, yung JAW po namin ngayon is currently being finalized po at the EXECOM level po. Then, later this month po, sa May po, we will be meeting with our partner agencies, DSWD, to check the order of charging po. So we can incorporate po yung nire-request po ni Senator po Marcos. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think Senator Go has some questions.
Madam Chair,
And would like to call on the committee secretary to
uh,
administer the oath.
good afternoon.
Is that correct?
May konti lang po akong katanungan na gusto nating masiguro that the resource person. Salamatan ng ating chairperson sa pagsagawa ng hearing na ito upang matalakay ang kahalagahan ng AICS, no? Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situation ng DSWD. At in fact, nag-file din po ako. I've also filed Senate Bill 2638 to ensure that the AICS program would be implemented properly and the qualified beneficiaries would receive their assistance promptly and without delay. Madam Chair, under the bill, it shall be unlawful for any individual, public officials, or employee of the DSWD or any local government unit to cause delay in the implementation of delivery of AICS services or funds to the qualified beneficiaries. Madam Chair, the AICS program was established in 2014 with the noble intention of providing immediate and necessary support to those affected by calamities or sudden hardships. Its mandate includes offering financial assistance for various needs such as transportation, medical care, ito na yung sinabi ni Director Edwin Morata kanina, funeral expenses, and basic necessities. This program provides not just temporary relief, but also empowers Filipinos to rebuild their lives with dignity and resilience. Madam Chair, I have raised many times in this August chamber the issues surrounding the seeming selectiveness and delay in the implementation of the AICS program. I first raised this during the DSWD budget hearing last September 20, 2023. I once again raised this during the budget interpellations in plenary last November 14, 2023. Umabot na po sa 2024. Ilang beses na rin po tayo nagpa-follow up nito sa ating DSWD at meron naman pong kasagutan ng ating DSWD dito. Kaya lang po medyo talagang mabagal. Patungkol ito sa reklamo sa iba't ibang parte ng bansa na iulat nga pong na-hold, no, at pinatigil ang ng DSWD ang AICS payout. Secretary Rex Gatchalian assured us and promised that the DSWD will conduct payouts for validated list of qualified beneficiaries that need assistance. Madam Chair, karamihan po sa mga nasalanta ng Bagyong Egay at iba pang kalamidad, no, marami dito, mga sunog rin po. At alam po ng ating Crisis Intervention Division Chief niyan, Director Edwin Morata. At ang kadalasan dito ay mga indigent na nangangailangan talaga ng agarang tulong. Ang sinabi ni Secretary Gatchalian, just submit the list and the DSWD will pay them out. Nakapagsumiti na po ang mga LGUs ng listahan ng beneficiaries. Yung iba po ay na-validate na, pero hanggang ngayon karamihan pa rin po ay hindi na-pay out. Ano ba ang plano niyo po dito? Ilang beses na natin pinapollow up. Hindi ko alam kung bakit kailangan magmakaawa ang mga benepisyaryo na makatanggap ng tulong mula sa DSWD. Mandato naman ito ng DSWD na tulungan po ang in-crisis at mga nangangailangan. Mandato po ng DSWD na tumulong ng walang pili. Kaya nga po nating tinawag itong AICS, Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situation. Similarly, Madam Chair, I have previously raised that there are LGUs which submitted lists of individuals needing assistance but until now, the DSWD failed to validate the list. Nagbigay rin po ang DSWD ng deadline at nakapag-submit naman po ang mga LGUs ng listahan ng kanilang mga beneficiaries. Kailan ho ba ito bibigyan ng ayuda mula sa AICS ang listahan ng qualified beneficiaries na naisumite naman sa inyo sa deadline na kayo mismo ang nag-set? Madam Chair, ako po'y kadalasan na tumutulong po sa ating mga mahirap nating kababayan. Nagbibigay po ako ng aking counterpart mismo dito, no? Personal ko ito. Hindi po ito mula sa DSWD, yung mga grocery packs, akin po yan, pagkain, pinapamerienda ko sila, pananghalian, vitamins, mga face mask. At gusto ko talagang tulungan sila yung mga naging biktima ng sunog, lindol, putok ng bulkan, buhawi, at iba pang disaster. At Madam Chair, napag-alaman ko lang po na pinagbabawalan po ng DSWD na banggitin po ang aking pangalan. May tanong lang po ako dito sa ating Regional Director, to Maria Angela Gupalan. Go ka pala, ma'am. Go ka rin pala. Ating field office. May tanong lang po ako sa inyo. Unang-una, totoo ba ito na bawal po banggitin ang aking pangalan? Pero sa ibang politiko, hindi po bawal? You're under oath po, You're under oath.
Yes po. Akin po as Regional Director, wala naman pong explicit na instruction na pagbawalan. Pero po sa akin, dahil po kami po ay nagbibigay po ng ating programa, I think it's best not to mention. Otherwise, baka po kasi kami
Ma'am, specific po.
Pagsabihan.
Specific po ang pagbabawal ng pangalan ko. Bawal banggitin ang pangalan. Sa totoo lang po, hindi nyo na kailangan banggitin ang pangalan ko. Pero sana naman, maging pantay naman kayo. Kung yung ibang pangalan pwedeng banggitin, bakit pangalan ko lang hindi pwedeng banggitin?
Senator, wala po kung naalala na may explicit instruction na parang yung sa inyo lang pong pangalan.
Sigurado
So,
po kayo?
to
How about sa
everyone.
Alaminos? Wala kayong inutusan sa Alaminos? Empleyado nyo po sa DSWD sa Alaminos. Wala kayong inutusan doon? Hindi kayo nag-conduct ng briefing na bawal banggitin yung pangalan ko? Ma'am, hindi nyo kailangan banggitin yung pangalan ko. Hindi ko po kailangan. Hindi ko po kailangan yan. Sabihin nyo lang po sa kanila, tulong po ito mula sa gobyerno. Tulong po ito sa mga mahirap. Huwag lang po tayong maging selective, ma'am. Huwag nyo pong haluan ng politika. Sa totoo
Yes
lang po,
Senator.
ito pang pangalawa. Bakit bawal akong pumunta? Bakit yung ibang politiko hindi bawal pumunta? Tanong ko lang, bakit bawal ako pumunta? Bakit si Senator Amy, our chairperson, pwedeng pumunta? Pakisagot, you're under oath. Hindi niya masagot, Madam Chair. Pangatlong tanong ko, pera niyo ba yan? Pera ng taong bayan yan, ma'am. Hindi niyo po pera yan. Just be fair with us. Pinaglaban namin ang budget ninyo panahon pa ni dating Pangulong Duterte. Alam nyo, during the time of President Duterte, walang pinipili. Ang nagdala nun, si Secretary Rolly Bautista, isang dating sundalo. Walang pinipili po yon. Hindi naman kailangan banggitin ang pangalan namin. Pero wag nyo naman sanang ipagbawal na banggitin. Wag nyo naman sanang ipagkait na kung meron po akong gustong dalahin sa natulong sa kanila. Akin naman yun, ma'am. Personal ko naman yun. Personal ko po yung grocery pack. Personal ko po yung Jollibee. Kung gusto kong pakainin, gusto kong pasayahin ang mga kababayan natin sa panahon ng kanilang kalungkutan, mapasaya ko man lang sa kanila. Bakit nyo naman pong ipagkait sa kanila yan? Hindi nyo naman po pera yan, ma'am. Besides, sarili ko po ito, ma'am. Kung pupunta man po ako doon, akin po yun. Huwag nyo naman sanang ipagbawal. Ngayon, nandito ang inyong secretary. Pwede naman sigurong sagutin ng atin mahal na secretary yan. Bakit po ganon, sir, naging selective do tayo? At meron lang po ako isa-cite na isang instance. Halimbawa, dito sa sa isang lugar, Secretary Rex, sa Mindanao, merong due doon for payout na dapat nang ibigay sa kanila. Eh nung pumunta ka, naka-hold yun for how many months? And then nung pumunta ka, dinoble mo. Dinagdagan mo, dinoble mo. Pwede pala yung ganun. Kasi ikaw yung pumunta. General Santos City, sir.
Senator, this was during the earthquake.
Hindi po. Recently lang po ito. Meron pong due for payout na po doon, mga indigents, no?
Senator,
Maybe biktima po ito ng earthquake o disaster, due na po. So nagmakawa sila sa inyo, sir. Matagal na po itong validated list na ito for payment na po ito. Ngayon, nung pumunta ka, sige, release nyo na. Release nyo na. Nung pinarelease mo, dinoble mo pa. So, ibig sabihin, pag kayo ang pumunta, pwede nyo palang doblehin. Pag nagiging selective kayo, Secretary.
Madam
Rex,
Chair.
One more question. Hindi ba ito na nagagamit sa politika ninyo?
My politics. Senator, I'm not.
One question for the record. Are you running for the Senate?
Senator, I'm not running for the Senate.
Oh,
In fact,
alam ng tao yan.
yes, and in fact, I even wrote all the public polling firms to
Okay.
remove me
Okay.
from the list.
And then,
And I think I communicated that so many times.
Okay, so don't be selective. Alam ng publiko yan. Nakikinig ang publiko natin.
Senator, Madam Chair, if I may respond. First of all, hindi ho ako pumunta ng General Santos this past couple of months. This year, if I can recall, pumunta ako sa General Santos na nag-earthquake ho sila.
Region 12,
Well, the last time was
last year.
last year, late
Yeah,
last year ho.
Last year.
Yes, late last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yun pa nga yung September na mga
Senator,
listahan. Yun pa yung September na listahan. Ang tagal na, validated list na siya. Nagmamakaawa sa inyo from August, July, August, September, hanggang umabot na lang ng, kailan kayo pumunta ng,
Senator, kung pumunta ho ako doon right after the earthquake twice.
kailan nga po yun?
Kailan ba yung earthquake? The earthquake was end of the year.
Remember, lumapit sa iyo yung mga local officials, and then you ordered them to release the AX kasi lumapit sa iyo personal, di ba?
Senator,
So, kailangan bang lumapit sa iyo personal?
no, Senator, let me just qualify ho. Lahat ho ng binigay niyo na list sa amin, we're vetting it one by one. And we've already given you assurance that we will release it, all the list that you gave us.
Senator Rex, you check
Secretary,
your Rex.
I don't have any intention of running for the Senate.
Hindi, kapatid mo yung kasama ko rito. Secretary Rex Gatchalian, you check your record.
Senator, let me...
General Santos City, meron silang validated list. Napakatagal na nilang nag-antay. Ilang buwan silang nag-antay doon. Pagdating mo doon, okay, release. Doblehin mo. So, ibig sabihin,
Senator, Madam Chair, if I may just clarify ano ho yung nirelease ko. Ang nirelease ko doon, emergency cash transfer. That's why the amount is bigger. Hindi ho ako nag-release ng AX. In fact, the mayors came to me, we met there with the governor, emergency cash transfer ho yung doble na sinasabi niyo. Hindi ho ako nag-release ng AX, it's emergency cash transfer.
kaya nga ang punto ko doon, sir, ilang months na yung nagmamakaawa yung mga beneficiaries. So, bakit nyo pahirapan? 3,000, 4 na buwan, 5 buwan,
Senator.
nagmamakaawa. Hindi nyo naman pera yun, sir. Pera ng taong bayan yan. Ma-ex po yan.
Madam Chair, if I may clarify again. First of all, Madam Chair, I'll have Director Wentz explain the details of what we've done with the list. Pero a while ago, may inamin ho ako na nagkaroon kami ng problema sa sarili naming financial management office. That's why we were having cash shortfalls in some of our regions. NCR, and we have addressed that. Aminado ho kami, there were delays to the commitment to the senator, but we have all intentions of paying those lists that have been vetted and clarified, that have been checked already. But ako, I put my admission that na-delay yung iba because of what I admitted a while ago. We found out that meron kaming late submission sa DBM ng aming cash requirements. But we assure you that in the second quarter, we will clean that list.
Sir, 4 months, 5 months nag-antay yung beneficiaries. 3,000 yung matatanggap nila, pero nag-antay sila ng 5 buwan. Kailangan pa ba nilang antayin na maglindol sa lugar nila bago nyo i-release?
Sen,
O
hindi
kailangan pa ba nilang pumunta ka doon bago nila i-release? Alam mo, to Director Marie Angela Gopalan, alam niyo ma'am, sa panahon ni dating Pangulong Duterte, walang pinipiling pagtulong noon, no? Kung kailangan ng social amelioration program, pinapahanap niya, kinokontak niya ang LGUs, dapat walang duplication, walang iiyak na walang mabibigyan. Walang pili yan, walang halong politika yan. Lalong-lalo na po sa panahon ng pandemya. Makakatanggap ng ayuda. Walang politika noon. Alam ni Senator Amy yan. Dahil siya po ang chairperson ng social justice nung panahon yon. At ma'am, kahit na si Ma'am Amy, meron po siyang kanyang sariling initiatives or amendments. Kung ano po yung kanyang gustong ito patulungan at ng mga lugar, panahon ni Pangulong Duterte, walang bawal sa kay Senator Marcos. Lahat po'y pantay-pantay. Walang bawal kay Senator Joel Villanueva. Walang bawal kay Senator Angara. Walang bawal kahit kay Senator Hontiveros noong panahon yon. Binibigay po sa kanila dahil tulong po ito sa mga mahirap nating kababayan. Alam po yan ni Senator Amy. Even during the last few months ng administration ni Pangulong Duterte, lahat ng ni-request ni Senator Amy Marcos, ni-release po ng administrasyon ni Pangulong Duterte. Bakit ngayon pinipili? Kasi tulong yun sa mga mahirap. Secrex, wag niyong gamitin tong opisina niyo sa politika kung may plano ka pa sa politika.
Madam Chair, categorically, I am not using the office for my politics, and I categorically state that I am not running for any position this coming election. That's for the record.
Kailang election?
This election, I'm not running for any public office this coming election.
2025.
Yes. But I'm not running for this coming election. It's a first time in
2025.
18 years.
How about 2028?
In 18 years. Madam Chair, I'll just direct you to Director Wenz so that he can put
Yes,
on the
sagot.
record the payout, please.
Senator Bongo, Madam Chair po, as of the moment po, as per discussion po during the April 2 meeting po with you, with your staff po, we already provided the live file so that the office po ni Senator Bongo can access po even po dun sa updates ng payout at saka yung mga scheduled payout for the second quarter. Kasi we discussed already na we committed to do the payouts as most of the listahan ay within the second quarter. But from the April 2 meeting po natin, and eventually after this date, we were able to settle na po almost 22 payouts for the record po, comprising po the 12.70% increase. And we still have to discuss po with your team po to discuss some of the listahan pa na kailangan po nating i-troubleshoot kasi may mga mismatch pa po doon, Secretary, and then Madam Chair po.
Ni Secretary Rex Gatchalian, you were mayor then, Secretary Rex. Nung panahon mo as mayor ng Valenzuela, hindi naging selective ang DSWD sa panahon yon. Kung anong kailangan mong tulong sa iyong bayan, sa iyong syudad sa Valenzuela, what is due sa inyo, binibigay talaga. Walang, hindi katulad ngayon. August, Abril na ngayon, magmamakaawa yung Pilipino sa tulong na 3,000. AIX nga yan, di ba? Assistance in Crisis at Situation. Pera nyo ba yan? Kayo ma'am, Yusek, pera nyo ba yan? Secretary, Yusek, pera nyo yan?
Madam Chair, we don't treat it as our money. We know it's people's money. That's why we're
Pinapatagal.
Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, if you can recall in the August yung
Because of politics. Because of politics. Hindi naman ako kalaban ninyo ah. Huwag niyo damay yung mga mahirap. Alam ni Senator Amy yan no? Panahon ni Senator Amy, siya yung chairperson. Lahat ng ni-request ni Senator Amy Marcos during the time of President Duterte, pinagbigyan, binigay. Lahat. Walang delays. Ni isang araw, walang delay. Anong sinabi ni Senator Amy noon, even during the last few months of President Duterte's administration? Binigay. Check your records. You may check your records. Check nyo. Andiyan yan eh. 2022. Tulong sa Maynila. Check nyo. Walang delays. Ni isang araw, ni isang linggo, walang delays. Kasi tulong sa mga mahirap. Panahon ng pandemya, yung SAP, halos hindi nga kami matulog nun eh. Para mabigay lang sa lahat yung tulong na social amelioration program ng gobyerno. Dahil pera ng tao yan. Ibalik sa tao yan. Hindi atin yan. Para sa mga mahihirap yan. Balik nyo sa kanila. Please, Secretary Rex Gatchalian.
Senator, we have no intentions of withholding. In fact, last year, if you look at our disbursement rate and our obligation rate, nagamit ho lahat yan.
Alam nyo,
I assure you that we will make sure, Madam Chair, that
ang nangyayari ngayon, sasabihin nyo, walang pera. Walang cash. Sa lahat na nakikinig na DSWD Regional Director, yun naman ang uniform answer niyo, di ba? Walang cash. Hindi pa na-release. Pero pag paborito ninyo, ang politiko, uy, may cash na bukas. Pag sunog, ay sorry sir, walang cash. Papahinapan niyo yung Pilipino. Nasunugan na nga, back to zero. Walang pambili. Walang pambaon. Walang pambili ng damit. Hindi makaaral. Papahirapan niyo pa. Kasi walang cash ang DSWD. Meron kayong gustong i-pay out, may cash. Pag may, ano nga yung kasabihan? Pag merong, kung gusto, may paraan. Pag wala, may dahilan. That is your motto. DSWD. Ang problema natin ngayon, i-institutionalize natin ang AIX. Paano natin to institutionalize? Para saan? Para kanino? Para ba sa mga mahirap? O para sa gusto ninyong tulungan? O para sa politiko? Yan ang dapat nating sagutin na nag-aantay na sagot ng taong bayan. Alam nyo, naawa ko sa mga mahirap. Mahirap lang ha, papahirapan pa. Sana huwag naman pong ganun. Kaya tayo narito para isabatas ito, institutionalize ito. Pero kung isa sa batas lang natin ito, hindi yung mga mahirap ang mga kinabang. Huwag na lang. Kawawa yung Pilipino.